Some parts of Texas currently preparing for the effects of Hurricane Harvey are already flood prone. Heavy rain is expected to lead to severe flooding in areas that were formerly wetlands and rely on natural drainage systems. Lead meteorologist Jeff Biradelli from our CBS affiliate WPEC in West Palm Beach joins us now. Okay, Jeff, why are Hurricane Harvey's conditions so problematic for Houston and some of these other coastal areas?
All right, first things first, I'll tell you, a storm of this magnitude that's going to linger for days and days would be problematic and really a disaster for anywhere, because take a look at these rainfall totals from our brand new European model. It is almost unbelievable. I've never seen rainfall totals that high. Look at this, 57 inches in Port Lavaca, 51 inches in Victoria. Now, it's unlikely that it'll be that bad, but still, even if you had half of that, and more likely you'll see more than half of that, maybe 3 feet plus of rain in some places. This would be a disaster anywhere. But specifically, places like Houston were built on wetlands about 200 years ago. And when they built it, they built a series of about 1,500 canals. Now, typically it works to drain the water right into the canals and out into the Gulf of Mexico. But let me explain further what's going on. First of all, there's the storm, as you can see, a Cat 4 heading towards land. Notice these outflow bands right here, all these bands on the outside of the storm right here. These bands are flowing in from the Gulf of Mexico. So basically southeasterly winds driving the air in, driving the water in. So first things first, the storm surge. Some places right here, especially close to Port Lavaca, will see storm surge on the order of 10 to 12 feet. But we are going to see several feet around Houston and Galveston. Anybody north of this storm is going to have persistent onshore flow for days and days and days. So Galveston Bay, which is right there, with days of persistent onshore flow, it traps the water and then forces more Gulf of Mexico water in. So any of the water piling up due to rainfall has nowhere to go. It can't escape because constantly we have this force of wind pressing against that water escaping.
Okay, well, we can't go past this 4 feet 9 inch prediction of rain, and there's a reason why the European model, which most of us hadn't even heard of 10 years ago, is now mentioned. It's in some of these severe weather events, it's been the most accurate. How do you deal with flooding the height of a middle school student?
To be honest with you, this is somewhat unprecedented. Now, there was a storm, Amelia, back in 1978. It produced actually the record flooding for any tropical system making landfall in the United States. That was 48 inches of rain, so it can happen. So to see rainfall totals over 50 inches on the European almost seems unbelievable, but it's happened to some degree back in 1978. It can happen. How do you deal with 50-plus inches of rainfall? You just do your best, because to be honest with you, the soil in Texas, it really is very difficult for the water to drain. It's not like Florida. I live in Florida. We have sand soil or limestone, calcium carbonate. So the water just seeps right into the ground very quickly. We would have a major problem with 50 inches of rain. But in Texas, it's even worse because the ground is not nearly as porous.
Okay, Jeff, one more thing to watch in the next hours and days. Thanks so much for your time.
Yes, thank you.